Welcome to Co-op Guild. This is Steve with a review for Mythwind by Open Owl Studios. Quick disclaimer, we were provided a review copy of this game. Mythwind is a 1 to 4 player fully cooperative or up to 5 players with the expansion game in which you'll be doing simultaneous worker placement actions. Thematically, you are working together in the Valley of Mythwind, building up a town or a village with the help of interacting with various villagers and sprites and taking on a unique role. In the base game, there are 4 unique roles to play, each with their own unique mechanics and approaches to it. One important thing about the game is open-ended in the sense that there really isn't a loss or win condition. There is a story that unfolds as you play through the game, but you can choose to stop or continue playing the game for as long as you want. Let's start breaking down this game with the setup and cleanup. I think they did a fantastic job with this because the game comes with game trays that are really well designed to keep all your pieces from any previous plays in the right locations, and it keeps all the cards and everything stored for that player. It makes it so easy to just grab the roll you want, put it in front of you, unpack it, and put it away in the same spots. Really, really great job. It also does the same thing with the town board, so that's easy to set up and tear down. Things staying in the right spot from play to play makes it super easy for set and cleanup. When talking about component quality, this one was really well done. I remember distinctly when I opened up the game for the first time, I was really impressed with the production quality. I thought they did a great job. The artwork is really nice. All the cards are great quality. This also ties a little bit with the storage solution, which I think was really well done. So honestly, a fantastic job here. I don't think anyone's going to have any complaints when it comes to the component quality for this game. So for learnability, I found that a little bit of a mixed bag. I say that because I think the rulebook was well written. I didn't have any issues with it. The kicker is because each character plays so differently, they all have their own rulebooks. And you read the overall rulebook, get the overall feel for it, then you read your individual rulebooks to see how that fits into the overall flow. And they do have a really nice breakdown to say, okay, here's the different phases. Here's what's important for that character. So it's kind of easy to follow along from that standpoint. I say it gets a little bit of a hit because if you're teaching a lot of new players at the table at the same time, you do need to spend a little extra time with each player if you have new players at the table to explain each of their roles and how their rules work. So that can add to the overall time to explain the game. And that's why this is rated a little bit lower than normal. I found the engagement in this game to be quite good. And I say that because of the simultaneous play. You'll be walking through the phases together as a whole, as a unit, but each character has their own actions they will be doing during each of those phases. And because you are either planning what you're doing for that turn or actively doing something during each of these phases, you are doing something all the time. And the turns move very, very quick once you learn how to play each character. And it really keeps me engaged the entire time for this game. So honestly, no issues here. The main points of decision space for the game really come down to each individual character. All the characters have different engines and combos they can build, and it's really fun to explore what those are. The other forms of decisions are what buildings do you want to construct, in what order. There's actually a building tech tree, which is really cool. And then there are events which will happen occasionally that you will have to make decisions on, like, do I choose option A, B, or C? And then based upon your decision, we'll actually have some branching paths in these overall storyline. So there are some fun decisions in there. Not a lot, so that's why it's a little bit lower, but those decisions are fun to explore. I enjoyed the variety of this game, and that's because of all the different character roles. They play so differently from one another. That's really great in the sense that you have a lot of fun ways to explore the game. And even between different campaigns, based upon the decisions you make and the events that come up, you'll have a different play experience each time. So honestly, I don't really have any complaints with variety. I think it's really well done. And the nice thing about this is very expandable. In the future, if they want to add more characters, that could just easily balloon out that variety to be even greater. And of course, you want rounded it out with cooperation. Now, this one does take a hit because while there's simultaneous play, there's a lot to do, there's not a lot I can do to help you in your role. And that has a lot to do with the fact that each role plays so differently. The mechanics are a lot different between them. It's kind of hard to have that interaction point. I wish there was more cooperation in the game. That would help a lot more. Like, the main points of cooperation are when you're looking at the town board, like which buildings do you want to construct, which workers placement spots do you want to go. I need to go to this spot. Okay, I will make sure I won't go there so you can go there. Stuff like that. Oh, I need some resources. Can you boost the town resources so I can be able to afford this new building, for example? So there's definitely some points there, but I really wish there was more. Now, specifically on this point, there's a really good chance this score in particular is going to jump up a lot. I say that because there is a Kickstarter campaign coming up that's releasing an expansion called Friends and Family. And this Friends and Family expansion is going to add the ability to have unique actions between different character roles, so I can, do something to affect you to help you, which is exactly what I want for this game. It's also going to add some cool friends and relationships you can do on a separate board, and I think those will have even more cooperation aspects. Now, I don't know for sure, so this is just based upon what I've played, but I will definitely be looking into that expansion and reviewing this score specifically based upon that experience. So who would like this game? Honestly, because of the open nature and the very cozy feel of this game. I say that because there's not a win-loss condition. This really is going to drive a lot towards people who like jigsaw puzzles. I say that because the puzzle nature is definitely in this game. Like, ooh, how do I set my combos? What engines can I do? How do I build towards these different goals? And kind of seeing that come together is quite fun. But I say from the jigsaw puzzle perspective, because with jigsaws, you're putting the pieces together. There's not a win-loss. You're trying to complete the picture, right? And so from that standpoint, if you are that type of person, just likes to have a relaxing time sitting down at a table and just playing through mechanics, playing through a game, this is something you might enjoy. Okay, final thoughts for the game. So I do really enjoy Mythwind. I found this to be quite fun, and it's very unique. I say that because there's not many games that have no combat and has this very relaxing, cozy atmosphere when I'm playing. It's just a fun game from that standpoint. I enjoy playing different characters. Some of them I really, really like a lot, like the Merchant's one of my favorite roles in the game. Super fun to play that one and see what interactions you can do from that standpoint. I do have a little bit of concern with the character development because it's really fun to build up those characters and see those combos and strategies and the synergies and see how they build up to make it really interesting characters. But at some point, that growth will stop, and then you're just kind of churning through your actions to produce that income or that gold, and then you're just taking that gold income and reinvesting it into the town to build that up. And I think at some point that growth path, that ability to explore the game is going to have an ending point. The nice thing is, because it doesn't have a hard stop any point, if you are fine with that, keep going. But honestly, some people might be done with that, and then they can either switch to a new character and continue the adventure, which is super easy to do, or just stop the play. And that's the nice thing about this game. It's just very relaxing, very open, very fun from that standpoint. So for me, this game is going to be staying in my collection because it has such a unique feel and fit in anything else I have. Very happy with it, and I see a lot of potential in the future for where this game can go. If you have any questions on anything we covered here, let me know in the comment section below. I'll do my best to answer them. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time at the Guild. Bye-bye.